very mindful. Please make sure that you're able to see everyone on the screen. Please make sure that if you have any questions that you do put it in the chat. We will be monitoring the chat. If you are on a cell phone, you can actually email Mr. Brown, which is our Dean of Engagement, and we will return your question, the answers to your questions within 24 hours. Mr. Brown's email address is anthony.h.brown@Cleveland Metropolitan Schools, Metro Schools. Once again, I'll say that one more time, anthony.h.brown@Cleveland Metro Schools. If you have any questions, if you are by phone, or you can put it actually in the chat. If you don't know where the chat is, it's located at the bottom of your screen where it should say chat, and you can just click on there and you can type in your question. We'll have the teachers to give an overview of what a day in the life of your student would be, give you some general information about their office hours and how to contact them. They will actually show you a brief introduction to the Schoology platform that they'll be using, where your child will be engaged in their activities, as well as logistical things if for any reason your child is not able to log on, or that all of a sudden the computer shuts off in the middle of one of their sessions. So at this time, I will have Ms. Kay, which is our preschool teacher, to begin her presentation.
Good morning. I see in the chat, yes, this is for pre-K students and families. So if this is not pre-K, then there was a question if you were in the right room. Mr. Brown, if you can go ahead and start our slideshow.
Yes, ma'am. Give me just a moment to share that.
Okay. Okay. Good morning and welcome to, are you playing the video? Welcome to pre-K. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
I'm sorry, it's unable to play.
Okay, well, good morning and welcome to pre-K at Miles Park. I am Ms. Kwiatkowski, the classroom teacher, and this is Ms. Strange, the classroom assistant. You can go to the next slide. Okay, these are some of my favorite things just to get to know me as a teacher. I love to travel. I love to see new things in the world. One of my favorite drinks is coffee. I very, very, very much enjoy reading. I also enjoy cooking for my family and friends. And you'll see my new little favorite there is my new puppy. Her name is Riedel Jace. She is now 11 weeks old. Next slide, please. And Ms. Strange? Okay, well, I can do them. These are some of Ms. Strange's favorite things. You'll notice she also loves to read, and she really enjoys cooking for her family and friends as well. One of her very favorite things to do is shopping, and she loves to take walks outside. Next slide. Okay, parents, if you'll notice, we are going to offer 2 sessions, an AM session of 8:30 to 11, and a PM session will be at noon to 2:30. Some of the resources, and we will go over these with you in the future, you're going to be using something called the Seesaw, which we will give you an app. There's also resources called Go Noodle and ABC Mouse, and you can click on the link there to learn more. If you notice, I added Spark. He is our family home connection partner, and I believe he can speak next on the next slide. Mr. Baker, if you don't mind saying hello.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Clarence Baker, and I am with Family Connection Spark. We are a kindergarten readiness program working with children ages 3 to 5 to help get them ready for kindergarten. So in addition to what you guys will be doing online with Ms. K and Ms. Strange, you will also be connecting with me twice a month for about maybe 15 to 30 minutes. Free materials are provided to enhance what you guys are doing in the classroom with Ms. K. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we work with them all year round, so Okay, thank you. Next slide. Okay, and these are some of the virtual classroom norms that we will go over with you and your children when we do begin next week. We ask no chatting while the teachers are talking. Please be on time. Parents go over nighttime rituals as well as morning rituals. Make sure your video is on, but your microphone is not. Just make sure your child has a really safe, comfortable place, such as a kitchen or a living room. And we'll go over how to raise your hand if you have questions, and be kind, be respectful. We're all in this together. We'll learn together. And if you need more information, you can also click on the link that I provided. Next slide. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Strange will go over with you starting next week the parent intake forms, as well as you need to make sure you have a current, up-to-date physical signed by a physician. There will be something called an ASQ screener that we will go over with you. Don't worry, we'll do it together. Everything's going to be done online, but we need to complete your screener in 45 days. You as a parent will do one, as well as us as the teachers will complete one. There is also resources to be picked up at Miles Park. Pre-K will get an iPad as well, in addition to materials such as construction paper, scissors, glue, crayons. Miss Ivory, do we have a pickup date for our resources at Miles Park yet?
They are going to be delivered this Friday to Miles Park School. So we will actually have a scheduled time during your orientation. When you're doing your checklist with the individual student to come up to Miles Park to pick up their iPad.
Perfect,
So once you tell me that they've completed their entire packet and done their part, then you'll say, yes, Ms. Ivory, this person is free and clear. Then we'll give them their iPad because they'll have to sign off for it.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, and lastly, these are the contact hours for myself and Ms. Strange and our Wednesday office hours. You notice we both provided our email. I gave you my cell phone number. When we get up and running, there will be something called a CISA inbox, and that is an awesome way to communicate with both myself and Ms. Strange. It's kind of like a text box or texting, but it's also, you can see your child's work. Wednesday, I'm going to take the morning shift for phone calls, 8:30 to 11, and Ms. Strange will take a PM shift from 12 to 2:30. So those are our contact hours, and we'll reach out to you again. Okay, next slide, which would be the pre-K schedule. And parents, while we're waiting for the schedule to be brought up, in the case of something happens like a blackout or internet loss, I'm just going to ask you at this time to immediately just call my cell phone, and then I will give you the proper assignment for your child to work on it in case that happens. It's going to happen, weather or overuse of internet. So just go ahead and reach out to me on my cell phone, and we'll have a backup plan. Okay. So you're about to see the pre-K schedule. There will be, like I said, a morning session and an afternoon session.
Ms. K, I need access to, I'm not able to open your document.
That's weird, it was sent, okay. Well, let me go ahead and go over it with you, and then I will provide you a copy of it. Let me go grab it.
For those families that do have students that that are in other grades, later on today, if your child is in kindergarten through 3rd grade, we will have a 1 p.m. Program giving an orientation. And as well as Wednesday, September 2nd, we will have our special education department, as well as our 4th and 5th and encores. So at 3 p.m. will be special ed, and then at 4:15 we'll have 4th and 5th grade. On Thursday, we will have, Thursday, September 3rd, we will have at 1 p.m. our 6th through 8th grade orientation. So some of this information this entire presentation will be recorded. So just in case you came in late or that you still have questions or need clarity, you can once again put that information in the chat and we'll be able to respond to that. But at the same time, as Ms. K goes and gets scheduled and kind of talks about a day in the life of a student and what they will be engaged in during their either morning session or afternoon session, she will be reaching out to you to provide you the information one-on-one on helping you to log through the Seesaw program that your child will be completing activities in, as well as go in more detail, specific detail about what that schedule will look like for your child when they are on remote learning during this session.
Yes, thank you. That is correct. My apologies. I do have a nice printout of a schedule, but let me go over it real quick. The AM session will begin at 8:30, and we will begin with attendance and morning meeting. We'll go over things like the date, the calendar, the weather. Then we'll move into a small, we call them brain breaks or music and movements. Then we'll do something called Haggerty Phonics, which means we'll go over letters, sound, rhyming words, all skills they need to be kindergarten ready. We'll take another quick brain break, music and movement. And then what we're going to do for about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, we're going to break out into small groups. So I will reach out to you if you're in my group, or Ms. Strange will reach out to you if you're in her group, and we'll switch back and forth. So your students will have small group sessions. Then we'll move into a little mini math lesson, counting, patterns, number recognition. And then we'll close out every day with a read aloud and a wrap up. At the very end of the day, your child will have free choice. And again, that's on the Seesaw that Ms. Ivory talked about, and we will be getting ABC Mouse. So when we reach out to you with the intake forms, we will also go over this schedule. I will provide the one that I had out, and we'll talk to you about how to get on Seesaw. You just need a cell phone and your QR. You can put on a code and ABC Mouse. So that is the day in the life of a pre-K student. Thank you.
So
I
Ms.
look
K, do we have our families on here? We can maybe have them to unmute at this time so that we can look at the chat, because sometimes even though we go over information, parents may have individual clarity that we can take care of for everyone right now. And then you can go ahead and schedule possibly those appointments based on the number of participants we have this morning. And families, once again, this is live on Facebook, as well as this is being recorded, so that just in case you were not able to attend or you don't feel comfortable, we'll just say that you're not feeling comfortable with sharing out your questions and you would like to have that one-on-one session with the teacher or with Mr. Baker, we can schedule that with you after this meeting.
Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions at this time? And I look forward to working with you and your family and your child. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and unmute or put it in the chat. I don't see anything. Oh, thank you, Mr. Baker, for providing your information in the chat as well. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, parents, you can unmute yourself if you know where that unmute button is. It looks like a little microphone. Feel free to ask any questions that you may have. This is kind of open forum at this ending part of our meeting today. So please feel free to ask questions without typing them in the chat.
Yep.
And Mr. Brown, do you have any questions in the Facebook chat?
There are no questions at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, families, we're going to go ahead and conclude our parent orientation at this time. We do not have any questions in our chat or in our Facebook chat. We will have Ms. Strange as well as Mr. Baker and Ms. K to reach out to you to schedule your appointment and to provide you the individual supports that you need for logging on to Seesaw for our preschool students. And we welcome you to a wonderful opening to our school year. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you on September 8th, bright and early at 8:30 in the morning. Goodbye.